You can smell it in the air. It's grand final time here at Blacktown International Sports Park. It's Division 5 in the AFL Sydney competition, and it's Randwick City in their first ever club grand final, taking on the UTS Bats in what should be a fantastic contest between these two teams. And joining me up here in the commentary box for this battle will be Murray Canallan, who's going to kick us off as we start in the first quarter. There's a whistle on the play already, Muzz, and it will be a free kick going to Randwick. The team we're going to call the Saints. Well, they call themselves the Saints. And the Saints go forward, but a good mark taken there, pushing back by O'Donovan for UTS. As we get this one underway, O'Donovan plays on.
They're going to bring it back here, Craig. He wasn't square.
So a strange start to a grand final. A couple of free kicks out of the centre. And we'll wait for this one to come back.
Should be an absolute ripper of a game today. Craig played on the expanses of Blacktown International Sports Park. As we see this one dribble over at the interchange gates. You look at the two grounds these teams play on, either Waverley or they're in at Edgecliff.
They could get lost.
You could have two of the what's Edgecliff
Two
called?
Trumper Parks.
Two Trumper Parks inside here. So it'll be interesting to see how the two teams run out. It's a big week, grand final week. So wouldn't have been much sleep from either team. Lovely little work there from Matty Friend. He puts the hand pass. They go inside 50. Can we get it? Can they get a mark? No, they can't. A little tackle coming over the top, but the Bats managing to creep this one out, and it looks like they want to play the wings early. Unable to keep that one in the field of play as Charles Leggett will have another boundary throw in. A minute and a half through this one.
I'm loving the candy stripes of the Saints there, Muzz. An old red, black and white up against the, what would you call that, teal? Or is that more of a bottle green UTS side?
Yeah, I think if we were at Bunnings, it'd be a bottle green.
They go through the middle
there.
Millie Chip was tackled, gives one. Nice little one in the sternum there to Nielsen. And Nielsen with the ball now will go forward for the Bats. They go inside 50 for the first time. This one's spoiled away. Wrapped up in the tackle. Nothing there. And the umpire will have to come in and ball this one up.
I love these fifth grade games. They're some of the best grand finals we've had over the last 3 or 4 years. I've been with the digital sports crew. It's usually a bunch of first time players. And although the skill isn't high, the endeavour's there. That's a lovely tackle there from Nathan Pilgrim. Pin the arms, drag him down. Umpire said he didn't have it. But I do believe I saw the sharing in his hands.
A little bit of confusion.
So, first scoring shot, always a big one. As I was walking in the gates, the Bats walked past me and there was plenty of rev up from each of them. Yeah, the chest.
The big nostril flares.
Oh, the liniment I could smell from a mile away. First shot on goal. Just scrapes in for 8 behind. So the Bats get off the mark with a minor score. 3 1/4 minutes into the Div 5 grand final. The Battle of the East brought to the West, Craig.
It's East meets West.
We could have just done everyone out about 60 k's travel and had it at Waverley.
I tell you what, this game's sponsored by the M2 motorway, which made a fortune coming out there this afternoon as the Saints go down the far side in the arms there of Prelek. Prelek there with a nice little chip kick, goes forward again, and a good mark taken. A little bit of a, how do you do there? Just making sure everyone's in the right page. They go forward inside 50. Good lead there, taken from I knew I was going to trouble that one. Ollickson.
Let's just call him Ollie.
Ollie.
One of the senior members of the Saints team for since its inception.
Mick Ollie.
That was some lovely play. All started from Callum Corville, who took a great mark from the kick out. Benny Prelek come across from Sydney University to play with the Saints, and he gets some time in the threes. This one will fall short. The mark. Oh, the fly taken from the back. Couldn't be caught. Here we go. Saints chance here. The shot from Miller Chip. And that is the Randwick City Saints' first goal in a Sydney AFL Grand Final. Lee Millerchip slots it. No, I've gone off in the holster. I'd love it. Have we got the replay machine?
We do have the replay machine. We might just see if we can pull that. Oh, there we go. That's last night's Kevin Sheedy medal.
Did they actually do a point score at the Kevin Sheedy medal, or do you just give it to Cameron again?
No, we did point score. I could run you through the voting system, but we don't have time.
Well, I tell you what, it's an interesting start to this one, because I could have sworn for all intents and purposes that was a goal, but coming out of the back, John McCormick on the far wing of Blacktown. Bit of talk needed here by these Saints. Lee Wilson charges onto the ball, one of the best midfielders the club has seen. Pazewski drives this one long, sitting by himself. Lovely mark. Dimmer. There's a couple of brothers there. The Garafalis brothers. Dimmer in the 5s. His brother made the grand final in the 3s yesterday. Big solid set fella. Loves kicking practice at training. Fitness practice, not so much.
Not so much on the fart laps.
So this to get the Saints' first goal, and he pushes it to the right-hand side. So not so much a scrappy affair as both teams just feeling each other out. 6 minutes through, I think. Do we go 18 minutes?
I'll tell you, Mars. I'm just taking a breath after the Army AFL Sydney Women's Division 2 Grand Final played just before this one.
Rip snorter.
Absolute rip snorter. Southern Power took it up to the Mac Uni Warriors, but the Warriors were victorious in the end as the ball comes forward, and it's Stebbing who's wrapped up. In fact, it wasn't Stebbing, it was Jenkins. I saw 74, and the numbers for the UTS Bats, the lowest being 31. Division 5 Grand Final time as the Saints try to go through the middle. Nicely chopped off there. I think that was Haynes as they go forward again, but another mark taken on the last line of defence, and that's O'Connor.
Yeah, O'Connor. He has been a stalwart at the Randwick City Saints since the club's inception. He's the major sponsor. You'll see Oriel Buildings on the back. Danny Pazewski drives the Saints inside 50 again. Mark can't be taken by Mobbs. Gets the hand pass out the back. Jason King slots it back to Mobbs. Hand pass over the top. They're just messing around with it here a little bit, the Saints. Mobbs couldn't lay the tackle. We've got a shoe off in backfield. Hope James Maloney's not around. Good strong tackle there. The umpire says, give it to me. Yeah, Oriel Buildings, one of the major sponsors of the Randwick City Saints, and Greg O'Connor has been there since day one. The Badger, as we call him. Out to Morris Bryant. Bryant drives it long. Dimmer couldn't take the mark. The Bats, a couple little hand passes, just can't find their target. Saints really bringing the physical nature of the game up a notch early. We'll have another stoppage.
Yeah, we've got a free kick here, I think, Muzz.
Oh, the second umpire found one.
No, I think it was found in there. It was Pazewski is going to take the kick for the Saints. I think they might have called high contact. Either way, he'll line up and hopefully we can have the opening goal of the game. He drives it in now. Has it got the legs? No, won't go the distance. Comes to the fall of the pack. Here the Bats emerge onto this one. Wrapped up in a great tackle. Some good work there in defence from the Randwick City Saints. Pops up now. King couldn't get it forward. Driving it through it in. Is this Pazewski again? Throws on the left boot. And he's turned it around too much. And another minor score. So 3 plays 1 here at Blacktown International Sports Park.
Yeah, the Saints just being pressured by the Bats at the moment. It's a pressure-filled game. As this kick goes over the back of the 50, bit of talk there. One went to Shepherd, the other went to Shepherd as well. So the Bats come steaming through the middle of Blacktown International Sports Park. Inside 50, good punch around the corner here. Shrugs the tackle nicely there in Louis. Jimmy Louis has the shot on goal. 2 on 1 here. Smart tap down. Oh, just had to get it on his boot. Top of the goal square. Mark Winter. I think I've seen him. He might have played in the grand final last year, Mark Winter, I reckon.
Yeah, dominated out at Scotus Stadium a couple of weeks ago, Muzz.
Well, what a thrill for some of these Bats players. It only cost them 37 in tolls to get out there, but to play on an AFL as Jenkins slams this one out. 2-on-2 here. Prelic tried to lay the tackle. Wilson over the top. He'll lay a bump if he can.
Oh, driving tackle. Umpire's seen it. Oh, in fact, he's called a push in the back downfield. What it might have been for the pushing through of the tackle.
Yeah, that was Don Waterston there, the Duck, who once missed a game because he was getting his hair tinted, but we'll come back to that during the call.
Bryant.
10 minutes through the first. Duck Waterston lays the tackle, was high. He's had an injury-plagued season, the Duck. He's kept our physio employed for most of the year, so good to see him here on the big dance. Drives it inside. Mark can't be taken. Still don't think we've seen a mark inside 50 yet. Saints slam this one out the back. Jace King, back spot. Couldn't lay the spoil. Good mark there from Tim O'Donovan. O'Donovan plays on quickly out to the commentary side of Blacktown International Sports Park. They're happy just to chip it around here. That was Hagland. Punch from behind for the Saints. Just chipping out. No team really being able to find a target coming out of half back at the moment. The square kick. Here's the skipper and coach. Oh, the boys laying a few bumps there. Lee Wilson.
Flick pass. Umpire saw it too. The pace from the umpire there as well, Muzz.
Well, it's grand final day for them. Been a big week at training. Make sure you wash the sweatbands during the week.
We got new socks out of the plastic. Wilson now drives forward for the Saints. What can they build here? Nothing really coming at the moment. It's been played between the arcs. As they go forward now, the Bats. What can they build? Coming there through is Hendrick. Hendrick goes wide, looking for Winter. Winter with a little bit of pace, pushing back, but he's beaten to it by the Fury of Glenn Fury.
Very aptly named man as well, being a bit of a tinge red on top.
I was going to say.
That is a fair tinge as well.
What came first, the name or the hair?
So we're going to have a throw up far pocket. Good punch over the top for the Saints. Badge couldn't get onto it. Might get it the second time. Lays the tackle instead. Lee Wilson strong. Pant. Down.
Free kick.
He was... Lee Wilson was the Saints' inaugural captain in... I think we ended up playing third grade in our first season. He was the inaugural captain. Hasn't been able to get down to as many games or training as he'd like. So that's why you see him in the fives.
Jimmy Louie for the Bats, lining up now for the first goal of the game. That won't be a problem in the distance. Accuracy is just offline. 3 plays 2. 12 and a half and nearly 13 minutes played in this first quarter.
Yeah, so both teams have had plenty of opportunities to score goals.
Come out of the square here.
Oh, he hasn't, has he? He has. Look at that. Look where he is. He's already a foot and a bit out, so... Nath Pilgrim there in all sorts. He'll take the rucking duties as we see the Saints getting back in numbers. Hayden Jenkins probably do a bit of the tap work here. You've got the Coco sitting there with the long hair Jesus style. Bit like the Spanger from the Hawks. This one out the 50. Little hand pass straight to McInerney. He drives this one back to the hot spot. Plenty of numbers for either side. Sells a bit of candy as well in the back pocket. We like that on grand final day.
Put the candy stripes on and he's ready to sell.
Here's Benny Prelic, one of the quickest men for the Saints. They've got an overlap here if they can use it. Jace King sits up on the interchange bench. Got options. Told to play on now. He's just happy to square it up to another one of the old heads in David Coakley. Coakley drives this one on the top of the arc. Oh, mark can't be taken. In from the side was Hazeski. They've pinned him. So good to see both teams have plenty of fans make the trip down the M2. Mark can't be taken. Coker watches this one go across the boundary line, approaching the 15-minute mark of the first quarter. Div 5 grand final, the Battle of the East, Craig.
Here's the Battle of the East in the heart of the West. Margin is blown out to 1 point early in this first quarter. 3 plays 2. Could we see a completely goalless first quarter, Muzz?
Look, there's every chance. I don't think there's probably only 3 to 4 minutes left in this first quarter. This comes out the back, Coakley. What can he do? Head over the ball, could earn a free kick. Crampton running hard, puts a shower on his boot, drives it long, inside 50. Dimmer couldn't take the mark. And then, good tackle, a second effort, lovely work. And he's gone, earns himself a free kick and a shot at goal. He's hurt Alglick here. Alglick in all sorts of the umpire eventually. Great effort from the big man Dimmer here. Out-muscled in the contest. But goes again. Pins the arms. Good technique as well. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's got to go up. I thought it was friendly fire in the end. The Sheridan to the side of the head. This will win the Springfield Film Festival. Not man hitting the nether regions. This is the Steeden to the head. And the crowd has just got their $10 worth in admission, Craig. And your replay machine has paid for itself.
Just doing its money.
I think he's ruptured an eardrum.
Ruptured a left nostril or something.
Oh.
He just got that.
Boy, jingos. And
we would all have missed it if it weren't for technology.
And you always know the ground manager just pumps the Steeden up a couple of PSI. So it was a real hard Steeden that's hit the side of Algick's head. Over the top mark can't be taken. Some great spoils here early this afternoon in this Div 5 game. Oh, that was lovely work from the bat there in Nelson. Steamed onto it, turnover. Coakley tried to shrug the tackle. Crampton. He goes out the back door, hitting after. Mark can't be taken. Led by Zucris. Kick. Can't scrape in. We're still goalless, Craig.
Cheering for a goalless quarter. What do you say as a coach? Does both teams come in goalless into quarter time?
Well, I think
good defensive effort.
Yeah, I think Pete Conduit for the Saints probably a little bit disappointed that they've just bombed away a bit. The Saints inside 50, but the Bats have done well every time they've gone inside 50. They have looked dangerous, playing well early. Is big Mark Winter there in the forward line, the tackling pressure of these two teams is sublime at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams run out late in the third quarter. Lovely work, Crampton just bustling his way onto the ball. Garafoulis couldn't take the mark. Dimitri, hand pass over the top. Higginson. This is where they're just falling down at the moment. The Saints, Crampton whack. Strong mark there from Wrangland.
Hitting the man on the mark. Crampton on the mark there, was able to smother and now applies the tackle. Wraps him up there, and that with the ball there was Leggett. And we'll have a ball up. 18 and a half minutes played, first quarter. 3 plays 2. And the Saints in their forward half, but UTS now out of a bit of trouble. They just ran into it. Almost a chest mark by default. The Saints now come clear. Falls now to Sadler. Couldn't find the handle. Winter in there for the Bats. Comes through. The umpire's seen something here. He sent a free kick. It'll be a high contact on Winter. So he puts his head over it. Comes out. Head intact. The big fella. Mark Winter goes inside. The umpire's seen another free kick. It's a push in the back. It's going to go to UTS. So a little bit of a charge here for the Bats. Stebbing with the kick. And that could have been 50 very quickly out of there was Crampton. Stebbing now goes forward. One-on-one contest around the ground. Back to the pack. Falls. Great
Badger! The Badger with a goal-saving tackle on the line. You see the replay. Drives long. Badger from the right side of your screen comes across. Oh, that is fantastic effort. Hendrick didn't have the time. This one goes straight through the centre square. We've got a free kick here. Oh, this will be 50 as well.
No way. I don't think the umpire explained himself in time.
Liam Mountney is one of the club umpires as well, so should know the rules. But more often than not, doesn't.
Should know how to bend them too. So they go forward again, the Bats. Oh, good mark taken. Nice strong hands. And
two fat ladies, Ryan Armstrong. That was a peach of a grab. Mark of the day so far.
Armstrong now comes in. His chance to put the first on the board. The kick looks good. The umpire hasn't moved much. And straight through the middle. And the first on the board for Armstrong. He cramps up. That's a worry. Oh, no, he's done a knee. He's got it strapped. And it looks like it's given way.
This is absolute disaster for Armstrong. Yeah, he's holding that. It's really strapped on the inside of his knee. I hope he hasn't hurt himself, because that was an absolute pearler of a grab. You don't see too many strong out and front marks like that in Div 5. And Armstrong did well and converted. He's just trying to dust himself off at the moment. So the Bats get out the first goal, 139. Plays 3 behinds to the Saints. Not used to playing from behind, the Saints this year. They have put on an imposing record in Div 5. Fury couldn't take it, but finds the man cramped, and he's had plenty of it in this early part of the grand final. Wilson on the expansive wing of Blacktown International Sports Park. Found Pozeski. He's had a few touches, earned himself a free kick or two. Slams it on the boot. Inside 50 here. What have they got in store? Maxi Friend laid a good tackle. Couple of hand passes out the back. Friend gets it again. Tackle. Waterson over the top. Couldn't pick it up. The old up and under. This will come out 40 out. Who's going to grab it? The punch coming from Ollie. Now he's got to chase and tackle. Can't do it. The Bats did well again. And good work. Good use of the body there as big Hayden Jenkins put his fist onto it. Mark Winter. He won't die wondering. Great tackle. Good little shake of the hands. That's what Div 5's about at the end of the day. Good fair play, good strong tackling. Mark Winter earns himself a couple of pats on the back. But an interesting first quarter here. UTS 1-3-9. Lead the Randwick City Saints 3 behinds. Mark Winter, that's textbook stuff.
So as we go to the break for quarter time here at Blacktown International Sports Park, there's only been 1 goal scored in the first quarter, and that was to the UTS Bats. So they lead at quarter time. 1 goal 3-9 plays the Randwick City Saints 0-3-3. We'll take a short break. Catch our breath. We'll be back for the second quarter here at Blacktown International Sports Park.
tattooed to the right side of his cheek. And